A day in the life of a nail tech, with a dark twist. Location, Atlanta, Georgia. Where date, Friday, March 21st, 2025. Time, 6:12 a.m. My alarm went off with that annoying bird chirping sound I keep forgetting to change. I rolled over, reached for my phone, and stared at the screen. March 21st, 2025. Friday. The day I was supposed to have that money talk with my best friend and business partner, Samira. I live in Midtown Atlanta, right above a coffee shop that smells like heaven and bankruptcy. My apartment's small, but it's cute. Plants on every windowsill and acrylic nail samples scattered on my kitchen counter like candy. I shower, toss on my oversized gray hoodie, black leggings, and Yeezy slides, and I'm out the door by 7:01 a.m. I stop by Lenny's Coffee for my usual oat milk latte, extra shot, and a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Lenny flirts like always, but today I don't have time for giggles. I check my account balance while waiting. 8,902. Today 12. Not bad, but it should have been over 11K. That's when I feel the first twist in my gut. I arrive at our studio, Pressed and Blessed Nail Lounge, nestled in the artsy Kirkwood district. Bright pink doors, marble countertops, LED signs, and gold-accented everything. We just hit our 1-year anniversary, and business has been booming. At least, that's what I thought. Samira's already inside. She's got that fresh silk press, gold hoops, and a Girl Boss tumbler filled with what's probably straight coffee and half ambition. We hug. She talks fast. About the influencer coming at 2 p.m., about our TikTok campaign, about the new lash tech starting next week. But she doesn't say anything about the $2,500 missing from our shared business account. 10:45 a.m. My first client, Chanel, arrives. She wants Hailey Bieber nails with a tiny twist. Chrome, but with black French tips. She's funny, real estate rich, and tips like Cardi B. While I work, I keep glancing at Samira, who's laughing too hard at her phone in the corner. I check the account again. Still missing. So during my lunch break at 12:37 p.m., I confront her. Hey girl, did we ever get that refund from the supply company? The charge hit, but the credit didn't. She freezes. Oh yeah, about that, she says, looking down. I used it for something personal, but I was going to put it back. 3:03 p.m. The influencer, Melanie Monroe, is filming her nail journey for her 500K YouTube subscribers. Samira's doing her nails while I'm on cleanup duty. The vibes are weird, tense. I texted my cousin, he's a CPA, and asked him to pull our financials from the last 3 months. He sends a PDF at 4:17 p.m. I read the first 3 lines and feel my stomach drop like I missed a step on the stairs. Over $9,000 has been withdrawn under consulting, marketing, and business coaching. Except we never hired anyone. 5:04 p.m. I call her into the back office. Samira, what's going on? She breaks. Tears, shaky voice. She tells me she's in $30,000 of debt. Crypto losses, payday loans. She thought she could borrow from the business, flip it, and return it before I noticed. But the flips never flipped, and here's the twist. She didn't steal it. Her boyfriend did. Rico. The same guy who set up our website and said he'd secure our payment system. Turns out he rerouted a percentage of every transaction into a private account. His. And Samira didn't know until last night, but she was too scared to tell me. Inamos 6:23 p.m. I sit in my car, engine off. I'm holding the receipt from the bank, the one showing all the flagged transactions. And I realize something. I never wanted a business partner. I wanted a sister. And I got one, just not the kind I could trust with money. March 22nd, 2025, 9 a.m. Hey, goddess babes! The goal is to become your own nail tech, especially in today's world where everything is overly expensive but easily accessible. With just a few clicks, you can find all the tools and products you need from places like Amazon, Shein, and so many other websites. Whether you love acrylics, dip powder, polygel, or press-ons, the style possibilities are endless. Sanitation is extremely important, so always make sure to clean your tools and workspace before and after doing a nail set. Whether it's for yourself or a client, clean tools, they're safe, beautiful nails. I'm here to show you how to do your own nails from start to finish. Once I realized how much money I was spending every 2 weeks, I decided to invest that into learning. I watched some great YouTube videos, found amazing deals online, and taught myself how to do nails right at home. Now I switch up my style as often as I want. And you can too, without breaking the bank. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a licensed nail tech. I didn't go to school for this, but I've learned how to create nails I love. And I'm here to help you do the same. Let's save money, stay cute, and slay together. I filed a report, froze the business account, changed all passwords. Samira's name is no longer on anything tied to Pressed and Blessed. And me, I'm starting over, solo, rebuilding the brand one nail at a time. No more shared passwords, no more blurred lines between friendship and finance, because the polish might shine, but what's under the top coat? That's where the real story is. March 24th, 2025, 11:12 a.m. I walked into the studio alone for the first time. It felt different, quiet, too quiet. No Samira playlist booming through the Bluetooth speaker, no scent of her cinnamon gum, no random deliveries showing up for beauty tools we didn't order. Just me and the echo of what used to be. I put on my apron and started cleaning every surface, every drawer, and that's when I found it. Tucked behind the false panel in the bottom drawer of her station was a second ledger book, handwritten, old school, pages full of scribbled notes, half-coded transactions, and names I didn't recognize. My heart raced. Who were these people? Fee, $150, no tax, meet our 24/7 Glenwood. It read like something out of a street novel. My hands shook as I flipped through it. Some of the entries were from last year, meaning this had been going on before we even opened. I took the ledger to my cousin. He didn't just do taxes. He used to work in fraud recovery. He scanned a few pages, then looked up at me with this expression I can't unsee. "Kiana," he said slowly, "this isn't just misuse of business funds. This looks like money laundering." I froze. What started as stolen nail profits had just turned into something way darker, and I was attached to it, on paper, on bank accounts, even in the March the 26th, 2025, 6:45 p.m. The police came quietly. I'd made the call 2 days earlier. They asked for the ledger, the receipts, the bank records. They asked about Rico, about Samira. Turns out Rico had priors, fraud, identity theft, and an open case in Florida. And Samira, they were still trying to figure out if she was an accomplice, or just his pawn. Either way, they were investigating both. I stood outside the salon as they left, my heart aching. My name was clean, but my spirit felt heavy. March the 30th, 2025, 8 a.m. Pressed and Blessed is still open, rebranded under new management, just me. I scrubbed every inch of this place, not just physically, but spiritually. I light sage in the mornings now. Clients ask where Samira went, and I just smile and say, she's on her own journey. I don't speak on the drama. I let my work speak for itself. The nails are cleaner, the vibes are lighter, and I'm sleeping better than I have in months. Because now I know, not all friendships are meant to last. Especially the ones that glitter too hard from the start. It was just after sunset when I saw her again. Samira. She showed up outside the salon, standing across the street in an oversized hoodie and sunglasses. She didn't come in, didn't wave, didn't say a word, just stood there watching me lock up. My chest tightened. For a second, I wasn't sure if it was guilt in her eyes or resentment. I turned my back and walked to my car, refusing to give her more of me. But when I checked the salon cameras later that night, I noticed something chilling. She wasn't alone. Rico was sitting in the passenger seat of her car, watching too. The detective called me. "We may need you to testify," he said. Apparently, the financial damage stretched wider than we thought. 2 other small businesses in Atlanta had reported similar web consulting frauds, all tied back to Rico's LLC. The detective warned me. Samira might try to reach out, but not to engage. "She's being investigated as part of a wider ring," he said. And just like that, I realized I had been running a luxury nail salon while unknowingly operating beside a white-collar crime syndicate. A client named Monet came in, new, but knew way too much. She asked me softly, "Is it true your old business partner got caught up with that fraud ring out in Buckhead?" I played dumb, smiled politely, and focused on her nails. But inside, I panicked. How did word spread so fast? I needed to get ahead of the narrative. That night, I created a post for Instagram, tasteful, Vague, but firm. Pressed. And blessed is under new ownership. The past has been handled with integrity. The future is all me. The comments blew up. Clients supported me. The vibe shifted again. This time, in my favor. I walked into the salon early. My morning ritual now includes fresh flowers, warm music, and a journal. I wrote, "You didn't lose a friend. You dodged a bullet dressed as loyalty." There's something powerful about surviving betrayal in a business you built from the ground up. I started taking finance classes online, opened a second savings account, and for the first time since this nightmare began, I felt proud. Not just because I made it through, but because I made sure the people watching me wouldn't have to guess how strong I am. I was locking up again when I found it. An envelope slid under the studio door. No name. Inside was a single photograph. Me, Samira, and Rico, taken months ago at our opening night party, scribbled on the back in black ink. Some polish doesn't come off easy. I stared at it for a long time. I don't know if it was a threat, a warning, or a goodbye, but one thing I do know now, this story isn't over, and maybe, just maybe, it never really was a nail salon story. Maybe it was always about how far people will go when money's on the line and loyalty's up for sale. I couldn't sleep. Something about that photo had been gnawing at me for days. So I went back through my archived footage from the grand opening party just to remind myself of that night. That's when I saw it. In the background of a 9-second Instagram story, blurry but clear enough, Rico handing Samira a stack of cash. Not just a few bills, a full envelope. She wasn't surprised. She smiled, laughed, took it without hesitation. I zoomed in, paused it. Over and over. And just like that, the story I'd convinced myself to believe that she didn't know what he was doing cracked wide open. She knew. She always knew. The detective called again. But this time, it wasn't about Rico. "We've got something else," he said. Turns out Rico wasn't the mastermind. The accounts, the shell companies, the strategic fund drains, they traced back to a third name. And when he said it, I felt my blood run cold. It was a regular client of ours, a quiet woman named Jade, who came every 2 weeks like clockwork, always paid in cash and always booked with Samira. She'd been laundering money through our salon. And now they wanted me to testify not just against my ex-best friend, but against a criminal operation that ran deeper than I ever imagined.